TikTok, with its individualized feed of endless videos featuring carefully choreographed dances, meme challenges, mundane slices of life, and other miscellanea, TikTok would seem to be most dangerous for its addictive hold on users' attention. But national security experts are concerned about the app, which is owned by Chinese company ByteDance. Its ability to collect, store, and possibly even share data about its tens of millions of US-based users. The fears surrounding the Chinese Communist Party's ability to obtain and use that information are not new. President Donald Trump issued an executive order banning TikTok in 2020, but it stalled in the courts and was eventually rescinded by President Joe Biden. Now, a bipartisan coalition of lawmakers is once again raising the alarm about TikTok as concerns over spying by China have grown, prompting several states and the federal government to prohibit the app's use on government-issued devices. But keep in mind that, first, there are 100 million US users on TikTok, some of them important influencers that have made this a big part of their identity and part of their self-expression. The second point would be the example we're setting around the world for internet freedom. Typically, the US government has protested when other countries ban US-based apps or companies. Those are good reasons to consider that. We don't want to be in the position of do as we say, not as we do. The experience we had from the Trump bans, which were quickly enjoined by the courts, shows us that it's not so easy for the president to just unilaterally ban TikTok under what is known as the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEPA. The experience we had from the Trump bans, IEPA has a very broad set of powers for the president to prohibit transactions because of foreign policy concerns in an emergency. But there are exceptions in that law that almost look like they're written for TikTok and the internet. And now some facts about TikTok. First, TikTok's For You feed risks pushing children and young people towards harmful mental health content. Driven into the darkness, TikTok encourages self-harm and suicidal ideation. Second, TikTok can lead you to very dark places, it easily leading younger users down rabbit holes of depressive and harmful content. Teen accounts that signaled their interest in mental health content were mostly shown videos related to depression and self-harm. Number 3. Focus group discussions, interviews, and simulations of children's TikTok accounts in Kenya, the Philippines, and the USA, as well as existing evidence from the fields of social media harms research and public health, reveal how TikTok's platform design encourages the unhealthy use of the app. 4. TikTok's addictive feature, the For You, an endlessly scrollable page of recommended content, taps into what psychologists describe as the reward pattern of winning or losing on a slot machine. It's designed to tap into users to be rewarded, which can lead users to encourage addictive use. 5. TikTok targets children, with more invasive data harvesting practices in parts of the world where people have fewer protections for their data under local laws and regulations, meaning children living in countries with weak regulation are subject to the worst abuses of their right to privacy. 6. TikTok makes money by collecting data about you, such as who you are and what you like. Children are no exception. This corporate surveillance for profit undermines children's right to have control over their personal information. It's an abuse of the right to privacy and freedom of thought. What else you should know? TikTok designed to be hyper-personalized and addictive, risk being a breeding ground for toxicity. Children might view triggering content that can impact their mental health, and its algorithm can potentially transform that viewing into an endless rabbit hole of similar content. TikTok, like any social media platform, presents both benefits and risks. While it offers entertainment and connection, it also raises concerns about data privacy, safety, and potential exposure to inappropriate or harmful content, especially for children and young people. TikTok collects a wide range of user data, including personal information, browsing history, location data, and content you create and view. This data is shared with third parties like service providers, payment processors, and law enforcement. Subscribe for more videos and tips.